Oh, is that Harry? Hello, mate. Yeah, I was just ringing. Is there anything you think we can add to your game? Because I know the own goals is obviously a new thing we're doing, but anything else?
Golf. I'd love to master the golf.
Right. Yeah. The goal. Is that a priority?
Yeah, I think it's really important that we get input from everyone. It might only mean 1%. It might
That's
change
not
their
enough.
mind on a tiny decision, but if that decision is right, everyone should have that little bit of a say, and we come up with the best solution.
Right. I now see why it's not been going well in recent years. Because you're too worried about golf, Harry. Too worried about golf. I actually do quite like golf. So, yeah. Hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode of... I've got it right this time. The Manchester United save. We've got rid of the echo at least. This is... It just makes me look ridiculous. That's the problem. Do I change whenever he's like that? And then, oh my, that's worse. That's worse.
The Manchester United save. Sorry, I'm having too much fun here.
Right, since we last met, we've had some ridiculous results. Where do we start? So as you can see, the last time out was that defeat to Chelsea, 2-1. And since then, we've won back-to-back games 6-1. Yes, one of them was against Liverpool. I didn't do this video as an episode because I thought if I end up doing Liverpool the first game, I'll probably end up doing them in the second game as well. So we'll do the second game away at Anfield because it seems like a bigger challenge. The game at Old Trafford went very well. And hilariously, having Højlund get injured in the first minutes of the game, Jamie Vardy came on and scored a first-half hat-trick. Why can't he do that for you? Yeah, it was a madness. I don't really know what went on. It was 47 minutes in, and we were 5-0 up. So, yeah, bizarre. And obviously, with Manchester United suffering a similar thing in recent years, I wish it was a video. There is a little bit of me, and I'll say this quietly because some people won't know this. As a Liverpool fan, this is fine with me, not showing you it. But there you are, 6-1. It doesn't mean, though, that everything has gone swimmingly. A 4-2 defeat to Palace. If you could sum up Manchester United in two results back-to-back, it's a 6-1 win over Liverpool and then a 4-2 defeat to Crystal Palace, where, I'll be honest with you, that could have been 6-1 Crystal Palace. It was one of those games. And 0-0 against Celtic as well. And suddenly, that 6-1 result against Liverpool doesn't even feel that good anymore. Forest gets us back going again before a 3-1 defeat to Arsenal. And the disappointing thing about this is, I went pretty full strength in this, and they beat me. Today, then, we play Newcastle United and Celtic in our group, and you can see it's going to be a must-win game in the Champions League. But first things first, then, let's get into this game against Newcastle United. Why, away at St James's? You thought you'd get away with it? Nah, not happening, pal. Honestly, I've done enough Newcastle series that they're not watching anymore, so it's fine. Those fans don't care about me anymore. I've burnt those bridges, believe me. The big news is that Malacia is nearly back to some fitness, and of the three the left back options that I have, he's the one I would most like to develop in the role, but that big injury has cost us. Now, because I decided to play a full strength side against Arsenal and ride the high into the Newcastle game, we're not really fit for this, so well done me. So a couple of changes are going to be necessary, but you can see fitness-wise, my rotation, especially with games in Europe and things, has actually been pretty good. So bringing Casemiro out for Amrabat is actually not the worst thing in the world, and those players in forward areas, I think we probably risk them early on, and then we switch it around. Although actually, I'm going to give Anthony the start over Sancho, and then maybe switch it again, maybe bring him on later on as well. So, team-wise, we've got Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Reguilon, Amrabat just behind them then, or just in front of them, behind Mount and Fernandes, before Rashford, Anthony, and Højlund up front. We could play Vardy, actually. Thinking about it here, again, a little bit of a fitness concern. Vardy scored well in ages ago. 5 goals looks good, but when you consider the hat-trick against Liverpool, it's not great. All right, then. Here we go. Party atmosphere time. All right, they've actually not made too many... they've not signed anybody, right? So this is very much the Newcastle side as you know it. This is the Manchester United side as you know it, just with Jamie Vardy leading the line. Okay, come on. Let's see if Harry Maguire's golf swing has any impact today. The January window is going to be absolutely fascinating as well, I think, because there's going to be some real opportunity to make a few moves here or there. I think there's definitely going to be some players that haven't featured in the first half of the season that will feature as a ball played in, and it's like managing Luton. I'm managing Luton at the moment. I've been doing some Luton stuff, although I think my game's broken. But I've been managing Luton, and Oh, there's been some clips in that stream. Let me tell you, good grief, all over my Twitter if you're interested. As the ball goes into the back of the net, Isaac scores, Newcastle 1, Manchester United 0. And, oh dear, this is the point in the video where I regret doing the Geordie accent. League table-wise, we should probably bring it up so you can see it over here somewhere. It's actually big. Never mind. Leave it then. We'll just wait, shall we? Mason Mount racing forward on the right-hand side. Anthony's made a really good run. But we've had to go back to Varane, into Amrabat. And actually, that pivot player there, whether it be Casemiro or Amrabat, has been absolutely crucial. Harry Maguire is a ball-playing defender as well, has actually done really rather well in that role. And I'm really hoping that he's not the type of player that I have to go and replace. Again, he's on quite big money. I don't really want to have to go and spend it on a centre-back when we've got some pretty capable ones already. And Anthony, now the wide areas is where I'm concerned. Manchester United in recent years have spent a lot of money in wide areas. And I'm hoping that I can either get them to perform at a really high level or they're the areas we might have to, oh, heavens above. All right, well, we didn't get to see that for very long. Jamie Vardy is injured, and at his age, if that's a big injury, that could be a career ender, which is worrying considering the millions and millions, the 3 millions I spent on him. Varane is going to do something magical. I can just sense it. That is what a ball that is. As it's Amrabat. But we pivot really nicely off them as Dan Burn gets in on Anthony and makes it very, very uncomfortable. And now Joel Linton looks down the line and Wan-Bissaka still has 20. I was thinking about this the other day. Wan-Bissaka has 20 tackling. How are they measuring that? And which players don't have 20 tackling? I don't know. That to me suggests you must have like a 95% win tackle percentage, which I suspect he probably doesn't. Does anybody? As Hoyton's there, it's a great finish. They're going to call for offside. I'm not sure he is offside. I think his movement was just so good, they've not caught it. He's like the flash in there. I actually think this might be a goal. As we're going to see this then, I think, is the punch the air thing still a thing? It's been disallowed. This is why I'm not VAR, I guess. Well, let's see. As the ball goes across, he goes way too early. Okay, this is why I'm not I'm just a manager. I'm just a happy, humble manager. All right, yeah, sure, sorry. Okay, mistakes have been made. I've got that wrong. 1-0 Newcastle. Is 2D good this year? Have we got a bit of, what year is it, viewers? Remember this? Remember Danny Graham at Parma? Some of you don't, but this was the days, wasn't it? When you'd watch it in 2D, you never have to deal with is the onside, is the offside. You'd always know. Actually, you play in the lower leagues and they get that wrong sometimes, and that'd be funny. Good header on by Maguire. The orange ball as well. Oh, God, I made probably 1,000 videos in 2D. How mad's that? And now, you make a video in 2D, you basically scum viewers. That's how people view it now. But tactically, it was always quite good. I was probably better at the game when I watched it in 2D. Actually, I was way better. Tonali's in on goal. This is not evidence for this at all. Tonali racing forward, goes for goal. And Arna, wow, it cannons off him like nobody's business. And we'll now return back to the normality of what is 3D. But that was nice. That was, that was nice. Trippier ball in again. That first set piece has been a problem. I don't know how you're getting on with the set pieces at the moment. I've had a little play around. Again, unless you've got, the funny thing is about set pieces, this has always been the case. Unless you've got 6 players that are brilliant aerially, you've always got a weakness somewhere. And again, corners aren't so consistent that they always go in the exact same spot. But we're not long into the second half here, and I am worried about making some changes. We might have to figure this out. The league table, though, by the way, the top 6 right now, and actually you probably put Newcastle in this, is excellently placed. We've got a really good goal difference, the best goal difference as well. So we're in a real chance here to actually make something happen this season, but I suspect all the other clubs in and around us feel like that too. 20 minutes to go. We might need to start pushing for this. All right, Eriksen's going to go for Bruno, but Bruno's my guy. No, do what? System change. Eriksen's to come in, dictate from deep as a deep line playmaker, I think, and then we have Bruno get right up alongside our main man up top and just see if that impacts things a little bit. We may look to Sancho as well. Rashford's had a pretty quiet game. I think Anthony... this is interesting, right? I've been playing Sancho. I should have changed the role. That's actually my bad. I've been playing Sancho as a winger opposed to an inside forward, and I've actually been getting much better performances out of him as well. I think naturally on that right side, if he's got the ability to either beat a man or create a bit more space by hanging a little wider, that's been a real benefit to us. But this game has not been evidence of that at all. This has been rather pathetic. This is a 1-0 defeat. We're barely creating anything. There's been one chance. Jamie Vardy's injury is the only highlight. And now I don't know what's happening. I'm sure we've all had these where the games just get away from you completely. I should have made those changes about 15 minutes ago, by the way. I'm aware. But when you're talking through the gameplay, you do lose yourself. And we've lost the game. So, much like the Chelsea game, we're a disgrace. So, good. It's probably all that golf, isn't it? Jamie Vardy, 3 to 6 weeks with a pulled calf muscle. That's not good news. And we've just given Ajax the money. I mean, they probably, in their state at the moment, they probably need it. Actually, that's interesting. Are Ajax in their 17th in this league season? No, they're top of the Eredivisie. They're crushing it. So, FM are going to have to figure that out. Right, regardless of whether this is must-win, I'm making some rotations that spice of life, viewers. Actually, let's put Harry on the other side. Let's try that out. Right, so what we're doing is we're basically giving a few players a bit of a chance. You know what? Onana's getting dropped as well. And Altai, it's not because I can't see your surname. That's not why you're not playing. It's because... there isn't actually a reason. Right, so as you can see, changing things up quite a lot. But what I do want from Bruno is to be a bit more up as a part of this attack. So rather than having him sort of drop deep and interlink everything, get him up there. Let's try and force the issue a little bit against a Celtic side that I actually think should be destroyed here. In the first leg, they were brilliant. That was the frustration. So we're going to focus things down the middle and then look out wide if we can. I actually don't want us to play narrow at all. I want us to play much wider for this particular game and see if we can really start to push the envelope of what's possible in those wide spaces. Get Rashford, get Sancho running at them as much as possible. That's what I want to see. In fact, run at defence, probably quite important. I want a high tempo as well. At Old Trafford, I want to apply as much pressure as possible here. All right, after the defeat to Newcastle, admittedly, tough place to go, St James's Park, so I don't feel too bad about it, but again, not happy about it. All right, so this is one of those days where, look, Eric Ben Haag wants to see a big performance here. It looks like Harry Maguire's been asked to play a different role today. Yeah, but you get 7 iron, mate. We're going for a 7 iron this time. Who are you, his caddy? Like, oh, viewers. Yeah, now, look, I taught you the lyrics in a recent episode, so with me. Ready? We'll let the first bit go, but here it comes. Here it comes. That you have. You've really got to get the top bit of the. Ready? The champions. Last one. Champions. I'll be releasing those on a Word document soon that you can download so you can sing along at home. So look forward to that. 33, if anyone's wondering. 33. All right, Bruno, corner, 10 minutes in, headed away. I got far too excited about a corner that came to nothing there. Rashford as into Bruno Fernandes. Oh my, what is that? That's bizarre. It's an outside of the foot effort on Joe Hart's near post, and I think it's caught everyone out. It caught me out. I was not expecting that. The reverse angle will probably show Joe Hart's positioning in a kind of weird way. So Fernandes, he takes the corner, comes inside, and then from that angle, has gone from an outfoot the side. I mean, actually, Joe Hart there has just fallen over. He's collapsed. I can't imagine he expected a shot, though. Bruno Fernandes, McTominay, where's he going to go? Back to Martinez as we now slide it out to Luke Shaw. Can he get the ball inside? He chips it in. It's not actually a bad effort. Donny van der Beek out to Delo. Again, nice to see some players that don't always start being with a chance of doing something. And that's one of them. Diogo Delo with a fantastic finish. We are 16 minutes in. And so far, I called for him to run and ragged. We are doing so far so good. This is basically perfect so far. And actually, the way the group's looking, it's quite important that we win in these scenarios. As Harry Maguire goes close there, little sand wedge towards the air, the near post. Delo racing forward on that right-hand side. We've got options in the middle if you can find them. You might go alone again. He's going for a hat-trick. He's scored again. Half an hour in, 3-0, a goal every 10 minutes. We're going to win 9-0. I've done the maths. Look at this finish as well. Like, again, outside the box, deflecting. Don't care. All right, Bruno, free kick. Wonderful area for it to happen. And I tell you what, based on the maths, viewers, that was bound to go in. It's 4-0, 40 minutes not yet on the clock. So lovely free kick, by the way. And any shot that goes in off the bar is a delight. We're 4-0 up. We don't have an XG of 1 yet, which is pretty impressive. As we're moving again, we are on track, viewers, to score another goal. So based on the data, Marcus Rashford, oh my word, a wonderful bit of work from Rashford. An excellent save by Joe Hart and another corner. I've had a couple of corners. Is this the one that's going to come to something? No, it's not. All right, as we close on half time then, what a first half. Brilliant. I don't really mind, as much as I would love to go for 9-0. I don't really mind if we take our foot off the gas a little bit here now, but we're doing really well. Keep going, lads. Again, not always the first 11 this, remember, so keep it up. I mentioned the group, Sevilla, Oz, Celtic, Dynamo. We need to win this to make sure that we're not slipping out of the knockout stages. Although going into the Europa League is probably our best chance of getting in the... I say getting in the... No, we're going to win the league, Ben. Pipe down. Very negative from me, that there. Turnbull, by the way, has popped it in. David Turnbull. Oh, my God. Now, based on the maths here, they could score 4. Oh, God. Martial's in. Can he do it? He can. He's offside, I think. It was a really nice ball from Van der Beek. It came out of nothing, really, but I don't think it's going to count. They're going to check it. Is it going to be a goal? It's not going to be a goal. All right, 4-1. It's looking routine now. It's looking like this is job done. We could make a couple of changes here and there. I mean, there's a few players that could probably do the break. Bruno being one of them, of course, so we'll get him off. Johnny Evans for Maguire. I mean, if they score 3 now, I will regret that, obviously. Oh, God, Celtic have got the ball. They're running forward with it. They've run backwards. We're fine. All right, Celtic are coming forward, though, and this is a nice bit of possession from them, as Donny van der Beek puts in a crunching tackle. That's what he's known for. As if they score now, I'm going to... Right, okay, I'm not panicking. I'm actually quite relaxed about the whole thing. Why are they getting the ball? What are you getting the ball for? I'd quite like another goal here, Christian Eriksen, if you could just... Yeah, okay, fine. Relax. Someone get... Oh, just... Kermit the Frog. 5-2 looks more emphatic anyway, so it's like, you know, there's a bit of a war that went on, but we came out victorious, so... worrying that our XG isn't higher. It does suggest the goals weren't exactly clear-cut chances that we would rip them open. But still, some lovely finishes. And there it is then, with all the players stood in their exact right positions. And there's a man there with a jacket on. Anyway, that's what we're doing. So that brings us to a close. It's a much better performance than the first game against Newcastle. And it does, as I say, leave the league looking a little bit precarious. And the Champions League is certainly not a foregone conclusion either. So we've got lots to be going on with. If we just go to our competition screen, you can see, look, the battle at the top. Oh my God, they've had games in hand. They are so far away now. All right, well, some work to be done. A Manchester derby can't be far away. And so that's what we'll come back for. Well, actually, it's the middle of January, so it is quite far away. So we may well do end of season. Oh my God, no. Tottenham and Arsenal, both at Old Trafford, in back-to-back games within 3 days. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you again. Goodbye. Oh, ho, ho, ho.